purpose of the website. You need to find out why the website is needed. You need to plan and design the website to fulfill the requirements of the owner of the website or the person who will manage the website. After you find out the reason for making the website, then you will know what information is needed for the web pages. You should also be able to group the information into categories, subcategories, and subcategories. The design of the website structure is a part of the planning of the website. There are 5 main purposes of a website. A website can 1. Inform persons, 2. Provide entertainment for persons, 3. Do promotions, 4. Facilitate the selling of goods and services, 5. Facilitate the purchasing of goods and services. Target audience. We need to find out who are the visitors to the website or the audience so that we can know the target audience. Then you need to find out the characteristics of the different persons in your target audience. We need to find out their educational background, their socio-economic background, their age, their preferences, their occupation, their political choice, their marital status, their gender, and where they work and where they are geographically located. We also need to find out what information does the audience require or does the visitors need. Depending on the type of website that you're building, you may not need to know all of these characteristics for your target audience. For example, if you're building a website for a school, the characteristic of political persuasion would not be important in building a website for a school or a bank because those information would not be critical. However, if you're building, for example, maybe a blog that is based on political opinions, then it would be good to know the political persuasion of your different audiences so that you can tailor your different articles to different segments of your audience that would visit your website. For the target audience section, you would also need to find out what information does the audience require or does the visitors need. There are 2 basic types of websites. The website can either be for personal or business use. Personal websites can be one of the following types. It can be a portfolio, a professional website, or a blog. The format for the personal websites can be formal, trendy, or casual, depending on the person's personal style. For the business types of websites, you need to think about your line of business. Is your business an e-commerce firm, a bakery, a manufacturing company, or one that offers a service such as a hairdresser? Choose the web technologies based on the type of website that you want to design. If you want a personal blogging website, then you can use Blogger. If you want to build an e-commerce website for your business, then you can use one that is available on the internet. Another factor you need to consider when you're building a website is colors, because different colors can give you a different feeling. So you can use the color wheel or the color palette to make your website look beautiful and reflect the theme of the website. A color scheme is the organization of colors in a design. The design can be on artwork, graphics, or web pages. Fonts. A font is a group of letters, numbers, and other symbols that have a specific style. So here are some examples of the different types of fonts. You can use one or a maximum of two fonts. If you are using two fonts, make sure that they work well together. So here I made an example of a newspaper, right? And here I have the title of the newspaper at the top. And you can see that I use a different font, but they are not, they do not complement each other. They are different, okay? So this is what we're saying. We need to make sure that if you are using two fonts, that they can work well together as a pair. So if you are designing a web page for a newspaper, for example, this type of font may be suitable for the newspaper, especially a newspaper that has been around for a very long time. Wireframe for the web page. A wireframe is used in web page or app design to show the structure of the page using simple black and white layout. So you could use a pencil and a sheet of paper just to sketch where the different elements will be located on the web page. So in this example, these three boxes with the X located in each of these three boxes would represent in this wireframe diagram pictures. So we'd have two pictures, not necessarily the same pictures, but two pictures of the same size and another picture of, of a smaller size. And these boxes would represent text, right? Or they could also represent areas on the side that would be fillable areas, meaning a person could enter, for example, their email or their name. Sitemap. A sitemap is a diagram or list that shows all of the web pages that are on a website. It also shows the relationships between these web pages. The sitemap, especially one that is shown as a diagram, can give you a good understanding of the website structure. Search engines such as Google index your website using the sitemap. Here's an example of the sitemap. We have the home page as the first landing page. Then on this particular website structure, the person would have two categories to select from, right? And the category on the left has two subcategories. The category on the right has two subcategories. And in the subcategories to the left on this branch of the website structure has two more subcategories, right? Logo. A logo is an image, shape, letters, or words, or a combination of these to represent a brand. A brand is a unique identifier that is associated with a company, a website, a product, a service, or a person. So a logo that is properly designed can give your website credibility. A logo can also make your site look professional. Domain name. You have to choose a domain name for your website if you are making a new website. Try to make your domain name to represent the brand. It is a good idea to make the domain name that is easy to remember. Try to choose domain names ending with .com, .org, or .net. Timeline. You can choose to use a timeline to break down the creation of the website into smaller sections. The finish date for the completion and launch of the website must also be included in the timeline. The timeline can be represented by this diagram entitled Website Design and Development. So on this diagram, the project starts on the left and the project life cycle goes from left to right. So this is a start and this will be the end right here. This top right hand corner here will be the end of the project. And so we start here, it says project begins here. We start with the project needs here, which are the requirements. And I made a video some time ago which would speak about those requirements. And these are some other videos which I made to explain the different parts of the web design and development process. So after we have gathered our requirements for the website project, then we would structure the website in terms of linking the different web pages and putting them in some order as shown in this diagram here. So we'd have created our taxonomy creation for the different web pages in the website structure. After we have done the website structure, then we would structure the different web pages that are on the website, right? And one way that you can structure the web page is to have 7 components on the web page if you choose to go that route in terms of the design. So once you have established the structure for your web pages, then you can use a layout design to set out those 7 components on each of the web pages. Now, after you have completed setting out the layout, right, then you can add content to the website. After you have completed adding the content to the website, then you would need to evaluate the website to see if it fulfills the project needs, which was set out at the start. Then, once the website is fulfilling the need, then we will launch website and then you could maintain the website, right? Now, the project begins here and these lines represent the different milestones for the project life cycle, right? So these lines could represent days, weeks, months, or years, depending on the size of the website project. Development. After we have done our design and our planning, then we need to put this design into code so that the website can be made or created. So we could use HTML code, we could use HTML and CSS code as an example. And also, if we have an e-commerce site, we could perhaps integrate the databases into our website. Testing. We need to test the website after we have finished building it or creating it so that we can test if the website can work on different browsers. And also we need to determine has the website fulfilled the requirements that were set out in the beginning of the planning process of the website. Then, once we have finished testing and we have solved all the bugs, then we're going to launch websites. And in this phase, we make the website accessible to the users via the World Wide Web. So in summary, in today's video, we looked at the steps to make a website.
Thanks for watching the video and don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, comment and share.